Welcome back to the mod manual. This is the Jaded Amaranthus Petal Farm. Hope I said that right. Simple, cheap, and fully automatic. If you're tired of constantly checking JEI for ingredients or making several trips back to craft missing items, this is the build to solve that. We've broken down the materials into two lists. Raw materials, which is this one right here. Everything needed to craft from scratch. And then I have a crafted list if you want to jump ahead to that. If you've already stocked up and you're ready to go. We used Mechanism Reactors glass, so let's give them a shout out because it's easier to see in the schematic. And we use Mechanism CTM with infusion to connect the reactor glass so it looks cooler. It's a resource pack you're going to have to enable if you choose to do that. For tools, we have the Wand of the Force. You need a pure daisy to make the living wood, and an apothecary, as well as a bucket. The apothecary is going to make the Jaded Amaranthus, if you haven't noticed that, about making these generating flowers. 4 block choices. Any solid block can replace the white concrete, and grass can be swapped for dirt. Trapdoors and stairs are flexible, and optional materials on the side, which you'll see in the crafted section, are going to be for shutoff valves. This build is extremely affordable, and as long as we have a mana source, it can passively generate petals for future projects. So let's get started. Alright, I'm going to break it down layer by layer. I've got those ingredients on the side. The boat we're going to use for a redstone clock because I think it's cheap, and also I think it's cool. Alright, we're going to come in here and do the first layer. Just going to be laying down the chests. You can change those later on, but it's just a general spot to put it. And then I'm going to have to use temporary blocks to get the angle on the stairs. The rest of it I'll just build out because I think it's pretty simple. We moved on to level 3. Like I said, it doesn't have to be grass, it can be dirt grasses, and then there's like other options as well. We're trying to pull up the next level, and we're building it out, and this is where it's going to end up getting deposited. The farm uses the range of where the Jaded Amaranthus can spawn to the maximum. I try to make it so that it can spawn on the bottom rows, the top rows, and the middle rows, and still get flooded out. I ran an experiment that if you didn't give it a lot of space, it would produce significantly less. So we need to make as much surface area for it to spawn on as possible. I also didn't want it to be very expensive, and I wanted to use general redstone knowledge for the most part to make it run, because I would like to get this out pretty early in my survival rules. I'm gonna put a little mana pool. And now we move on to the 8th layer. We're getting close to the end. It's the same. We're going to have to put a little wall on the edge so the water doesn't fall off. And here we go. And this will be one of the last layers for the water flood. Nice, so now we're going to put our little water containers in on level 11. And this will be where the water pours from. I'm going to close these because when they get power, they will open. And now I'm going to build this little platform for the timer. And I really like this boat timer. I think it's unique. It is 7 seconds. And it is perfect for this job. And extremely cheap. I have to put a fake block here so that I can put that one down. And put up my torch. Which is going to keep my walls up on my farm until the boat hits the timer and turns the torch off. Which allows the walls to fall on the water and flood the tank. Here we go. Beautiful. Make sure that we put that redstone over top of the top row so that we can get affected by it when the boat hits. Boom. Now, since the torch is at the end, they'll all pop up. We can put water in here and it'll go one around that bend. Next, we'll place our boat in the water. I think it's crazy that water doesn't break pressure plates, but there's that boat 7-second timer. And we'll put water in all these when they're open. Pour down here and let's put some water here, hopefully before it reaches. Nice. And then one of our last pieces is we'll put this Jaded Amaranthus in here, and that is what's going to spawn it. And here is our shut-off valve that I did with the optional ingredients. I really like it. And put a little lever here. So now I can stop it from spawning, or I can latch it up some sort of way. And I'll put this one here so that it never closes even when the timer runs. Thank you for opening the mod manual. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe for more modded content.